Namaste students, welcome back you all. Ayuma Malhotra is again here going to discuss the remaining part of chapter 4 of class 6. Now we know that the objects are made up of a variety of materials. But how could we decide which material should be used to make a particular object? For example, why a tumbler is not made with a piece of cloth? Why could we not use paper to make a chair? Why is glass used in window? The answer is very simple. On the basis of materials, they are used for making different objects. Likewise, the purpose of tumbler to hold the liquid. If we use a piece of cloth instead of plastic or iron, it would not be able to hold the liquid. Similarly, if we use a paper to make a chair, it would not be able to sustain a load of a person. That's why if we want to make a table or a chair, we should think about the material that we use. But how can we decide? Definitely we should know about the properties of material. That will help us to choose the material to make a particular object. Let me introduce about the properties of material that are appearance, hardness, solubility, whether the objects float or sink in water, and its transparency. First of all, we'll study about the appearance of an object. That means how the object looks. Let's have a look of these objects like gold, copper, silver, and diamond. They have luster. What I mean to say, shiny appearance. On the other hand, wood, plastic, they have dull appearance. The next property is hardness. Based on hardness of material, the materials can be sorted as hard or soft. The materials that are difficult to compress or scratch are hard, for example, iron, stone, glass, etc. And those can be compressed or scratched easily are soft materials. They are sponge, rubber, wool, etc. So that the iron nail bricks are made of hard material because their purpose are to sustain a load, whereas your pillows, bed sheets, mattresses, softball are made of soft cotton material. Now we will talk about solubility of material in water. The substances that completely dissolved in water, for example, salt, sugar, are soluble substances, whereas the substances that do not dissolve in water at any cost, for example, sand, oil, and make a separate layer in the water, are insoluble substances. Here we have a list of material that are soluble or insoluble in water. For example, salt, sugar, vinegar, lemon juice, oxygen, and carbon dioxide are soluble in water, whereas chalk powder, sawdust, mustard oil, coconut oil, kerosene oil are insoluble in water. The next property which we need to study is whether the material float or sink in water. We need to observe that when we put dry leaves, mustard oil, plastic bottle, balloon, paper boat, plastic bowl in the water, they will float. Whereas when we put stone, coin, iron key, steel spoon, iron nail in the water, they sink in water. The idea is here that those objects are denser than water. They will sink in water, and those objects are less dense than water. They float on water. The last property which we need to study, that is transparency. In transparency, the materials are classified into three groups: transparent, opaque, and translucent. The materials through which we cannot see the thing at all are opaque materials like door, wall, book, etc. The materials through which we can see clearly, for example, glass, plastic, polythenes, etc., are transparent materials. And the materials through which we can see but not clearly, for example, wax paper, tracing paper, oily paper, and clouds are the example of translucent materials. Now you must have understood that why your mother keeps spices in transparent or translucent glass bottles, so that without even opening she can pick it up she wants to use. Similarly, why always in bakery shop all bakery materials we will find in a glass window, so that you can choose your favorite food just by looking at it. Here in this picture, the fish in the transparent glass, so that it would be clearly visible to us in the glass container. We have an opaque door so that no one can look our home from outside. Here we have a translucent container to keep the things safely and also partially visible to us. Similarly, the window is always fixed with translucent material so that we can see outside through the window even when they are closed. Now I believe you understood about all the properties of materials. So, on the basis of similarities and differences of their properties, we can group the material together, such as they are properly arranged in library, in departmental store, in bakery shops, and of course in the kitchen. Before ending of this chapter, it is important to understand why sorting materials or objects important for us. It is so because it makes convenient for us to find the things. It becomes easy to study for other properties, and it is a time saver process. And at the last, we can easily observe patterns in their properties. So I hope you understood about the properties of materials and also how can we sorted them for our convenience. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.